Chapter 12, The White-Haired Wizard. "We love card tricks," Ava says. The white-haired man whirls around. His face is creased with deep lines, but his eyes are bright and clear. "You're Merlin," Chase exclaimed. "You're King Arthur's famous wizard." The old man tips his pointy hat at them. "The one and only. And I see now you're not those two greedy knights who locked me in my own library." Merlin glances over at the big hole in the wall. "Thank you for providing my escape route," he says. "So who are you and why are you here?" Chase is too starstruck to answer. Ava steps forward. "I'm Ava, and this is my brother Chase. We're from the future, and we've come to save King Arthur." Chase quickly finds his voice. "What she means is, well, I guess that's pretty much right." They spell out their story, starting from finding the suitcase. At the end, Ava shows Merlin her tie-dyed sneakers as proof they're from the future. "I've never heard a tale such as that," Merlin says, "but I believe you. I knew that man with one brown eye and one green must have powerful magic to have broken the king's sword." "Isn't your magic stronger than anyone else's?" Chase asked. Merlin shakes his head. "I can't compete with powers I don't understand. Besides, I couldn't even break free from this room." Then he brightens. "But no matter, I am free now. I must go warn the king of the plot against him." "We want to help," Chase says. "You two get the hilt and meet me on the castle lawn," Merlin says. "I will try to use my magic to repair Excalibur. We must hurry." With a swirl of his robe, he rushes into the staircase. Ava follows, with Chase right behind. Soon they burst back into the bedroom. Everyone must be outside for the tournament because it is quiet in the castle now. Chase and Ava hurry downstairs to the closet. Chase grabs the suitcase from its hiding place. He quickly opens it and removes the hilt. He shoves it into his pocket. Then they're out the castle door. Ava does her best to hide the suitcase in the folds of her dress. "Look for Merlin and try to blend in," Chase whispers as he and his sister join the crowd streaming onto the lawn. "The king will be arriving soon," he hears one woman tell another. Ava lowers her head and whispers to Chase, "I hope we don't bump into the people whose clothes we borrowed." Just then, she bumps into a tall man and knocks his hat sideways. "Hey, watch where you're going," the man scolds. He pulls his hat low and scowls at them before pushing deeper into the crowd. Chase and Ava stop in their tracks. Chase tries to make sense of what he just saw. The angry man in the hat is the same angry guy from the flea market, and he has two different colored eyes. Chapter 13, Let the Games Begin. "So let me get this straight," Ava says, stepping away from the crowd. "The man who wanted our suitcase in the future is the same man who broke King Arthur's sword in the past?" "Yeah," Chase says, "and that means he most definitely isn't a good guy. We need to tell Merlin he's here." Before they can move, brum, 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 a loud trumpet blows. A hush falls over the crowd as a white horse trots onto the field. A kind-faced young man in a gold crown waves from the horse's back. "Long live King Arthur!" the crowd shouts. Chase can't help it. He gasps. Never in his wildest dreams could he have imagined standing under the same sky as the real King Arthur. As the king climbs down from the horse, the two knights they'd overheard earlier place a large golden box next to him. Chase spots the man with the two different colored eyes watching from beside a tree. "Excalibur! Excalibur!" the crowd cheers. Arthur opens the box. He lifts out the sword, but it's only the blade. Arthur's jaw drops. Then he gently places the blade back in the box. King Arthur strides to the center of the field. He holds a shield in one hand and pulls a regular-looking sword from the side of his belt. His eyes narrow. "I will find out who broke Excalibur, but first I will battle my opponents as planned. Let the tournament begin." 3 men line up across from the king. Then a 4th man steps forward. He towers over everyone else. His shoulders are as wide as 2 regular-sized men. "That must be Big Rob," Ava whispers. Chase nods. King Arthur begins to battle the first opponent. He swings and thrusts with his sword. The blades and shields clang and clash until the king knocks the sword out of the man's hand. The man bows and the crowd cheers. This happens again with a second opponent and with a third. Chase and Ava look at each other. Maybe the king will win after all. Finally, Big Rob steps up to take his turn. The crowd goes quiet. The sword fight starts out like the others. In less than a minute, though, the king's sword is flung from his hand and Big Rob keeps swinging. Arthur raises his shield to protect himself. Chase starts to panic. He scans the crowd. The two knights have disappeared. The man from the flea market is still by the tree, smiling as he watches the battle. Where is Merlin? Clash! Big Rob takes a chunk out of the king's shield. Chase turns to his sister and holds up the hilt. It's time to mess with the timeline.